So we are going to read Chapter 9 of the Magic Treehouse, Book Number 2, The Night at Dawn. We stopped at Jack and Annie bumping into the knight, and we made predictions. Rather, the knight was going to rescue them, some of you said. Some of you said save them. Some of you said bring them back to the treehouse. Some of you said bring them back to the dungeon or jail. So now we're going to find out what he is going to do, okay? Chapter 9, Under the Moon. That's what we're going to make today, too. We're going to make a full moon. Jack froze. "It's him," Annie whispered. The knight held out his gloved hand. "Come on, Jack," Annie said. "Where are you going?" said Jack. "He wants to help us," said Annie. "How do you know?" said Jack. "I can just tell," said Annie. Annie stepped toward the horse. The knight dismounted. The knight picked Annie up and put her on the back of his horse. "Come on, Jack," Annie called. Jack moved slowly toward the knight. The knight lifted him up too and put him on the horse behind Annie. We still don't know if he's going to help him or if he's going to put them in jail, because right now the only thing he's doing is putting them on the horse. The knight then got on behind them. He slapped the reins. Those are the ropes, the horse. Whoosh. The black horse cantered beside the moonlit water of the moat. Jack rocked back and forth in the saddle. The wind blew his hair. He felt very brave and very powerful. He felt as if he could ride forever on this horse, with this mysterious knight over the ocean, over the world, over the moon. A hawk shrieked in the darkness. "Hawk!" There's the treehouse," said Annie. She pointed toward a grove of trees. The knight guided the horse toward the trees. "He's bringing them to the trees, so I guess he is saving them." "See, there it is," Annie said, pointing to the ladder. The knight brought his horse to a stop. He dismounted and helped Annie and Jack down. "Thank you, sir," Annie said. She bowed. "Thank you," Jack said. He bowed too. The knight got back on his horse. He raised his gloved hand, then he slapped the reins and rode off through the mist. Annie started up the tall ladder, and Jack followed. They climbed into the dark treehouse and looked out the window. The knight was riding toward the outer wall of the castle. They saw him go through the outer gate. Clouds started covering the moon again for a brief moment. Jack thought he saw the knight's armor gleaming on the top of a hill behind the castle. The clouds covered the moon completely. A black mist swallowed the land. "He's gone," whispered Annie. Jack shivered in his wet clothes as he kept staring at the blackness. "I'm cold," said Annie. "Where's the Pennsylvania book?" Jack heard Annie fumbling in the darkness. He kept looking out the window. "I think this is it," said Annie. "I feel a silk bookmark." Jack was only half listening. He was hoping to see the knight's armor gleam again in the distance. "Okay, I'm going to use this," said Annie, "because I think it's the right one. Here goes." She doesn't know if it's the right book. "Okay, I'm pointing. I'm going to make a wish. I wish we could go back to Frog Creek." Jack heard the wind begin to blow softly. I hope I pointed to the right picture in the right book," said Annie. "What?" Jack looked back at her. "Right picture? Right book? The treehouse began to rock. The wind got louder and louder. I hope it wasn't the dinosaur book, said Annie. Stop! Jack shouted at the treehouse. But it was too late. The treehouse started to spin. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. And what you're going to write about today is, where do you think Jack and Annie are going to end up? Do you think that Annie opened up the right book? Do you think they're going to end up in another adventure? What do you think is going to happen? Make your prediction, because that's what we're going to write about.